Okay. You sent me on a roller coaster of emotions, mate. Hello, hope you're having a great Monday. What is up, guys, and welcome to the FPL Today Team Selection video for Gameweek 24. And yes, it is another double game week. So we have some players playing more than once who could potentially get us some significant points to help our FPL rank. So hopefully this video will help you make the right decisions, and we've changed up the layout a little bit with the players that have done the best in the previous game week, Gameweek 23. And then later on in the week, we'll look at potential transfers that you could bring in for that double game week. So if you appreciate the content here on this channel, please do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for FPL. Your support helps the channel out massively. And let's get straight into the video. So guys, we start off with how I did in Game Week 23, and finally, at least for now, because there is still the Chelsea game going on right now as I speak, and also tomorrow we have Leeds versus Crystal Palace, with Patrick Bamford being a real threat to what my overall rank looks like. But so far, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. We start off with the players that have done something significant for us. We start off with Martinez, who is often a hero of these videos. So he comes in with 9 points with a clean sheet against Arsenal. Cresswell also got a clean sheet against Fulham, although that wasn't necessarily the result I was hoping for. West Ham have been on some great form recently, but couldn't seem to put anything past Fulham in what was a pretty dreary game. Then we move on to the midfield, and Salah managed to get a penalty goal thanks to a mistake by Ruben Dias, but that was in a game where Man City won 4-1 at Anfield. Great performance by Man City, and Ilkay managing to get 2 goals. But like I said at the beginning of the video, it was a roller coaster of emotions because Ilkay got a penalty in the first half and skied it, horribly skied it. And it looked like he was on for either negative points or pretty low points. But then in the second half, he turned up with 2 goals, getting 13 points in total. Shame I didn't captain him. It's also a shame I didn't captain Calvert-Lewin, who managed to get an assist and a goal at Manchester United at Old Trafford, meaning Everton got a 3-3 result against the Red Devils. But my captain was Bruno Fernandes, who did manage to get 7 points doubled to 14. So that's 3 players with double-digit hauls thanks to the captaincy armband. And Bruno Fernandes looked good in that side, to be fair to him, and did score a pretty good goal and looked dangerous once again. So we're happy with Bruno Fernandes, despite the fact he didn't do as well as Ilkay and Dominic Calvert-Lewin, especially as the fact that he had probably the best underlying stats of anyone in my team, with 4 shots on goal, 1 on target. Expected goals only at 0.17, but he's still got a goal out of that. He also had 3 key passes with 1 big chance created and expected assists at 0.52. The other player with some good underlying stats was Aaron Cresswell, who did manage a shot on goal and also 2 key passes with 1 big chance created. So that was definitely a good performance by Cresswell as well. And maybe if someone had managed to put away that big chance, we could have been looking at a double-digit haul for Cresswell as well. We then move on to the players that didn't quite hit the ground running, and we start off with Luke Shaw, who did actually get an assist, but because Manchester United managed to concede 3 goals, he only got 3 points. He also got a yellow card, which was unfortunate, and that meant he didn't do as well as he possibly could have. But he was a better selection than the players that were on my bench, so I can't be too upset about that. Grealish, again, looking like Grealish, looking dangerous and not getting any points. I'm starting to worry that Grealish is a bit of a luxury player for my side, because Aston Villa definitely do better with him on the pitch, and he definitely is an integral part of their setup. But quite often he isn't the one involved in the assist or the goal, which is very disappointing when you see that Aston Villa goal notification pop up on the phone. And then up front we had Antonio and Wilson joining Calvert-Lewin, and Antonio couldn't get anything done against Fulham, which was very disappointing, like I said. But it's not like he had lots of chances and didn't score. He was pretty bereft of chances, with him getting no shots on goal at all, which is very disappointing, and no creativity stats to speak of either. Whereas with Callum Wilson, he did manage a shot on goal in the 36 minutes he played, which was on target. But of course, with that injury, he now is a concern for us going into Game Week 24. And then if we have a look at the bench, the only player that could have come in would probably have been Stones, but that would have been for Cancelo, which would have made absolutely no difference, as Steer got his usual 0 points, Stones got 2 points, Robertson with 0 points with that 4-1 defeat, and Anguissa only getting 1. Using livefpl.net, link is in the description, we can see that so far this game week we're on 74 points, which isn't going to change because, of course, all of our players have played. whereas the game week average is around the 50 mark. Overall points, we are now on 1,395, and as of recording this video, my overall rank is 269,241st, which is about a 100k jump in rank for us, for the positive. But like I said, we've still got Chelsea games to go, we've still got Leeds to play, and there's definitely some players in both of those sides that could hurt my overall rank, but I should be seeing a green arrow by the time game week 23 is over. We now move on to the player at risk, and that player is Callum Wilson, due to the injury that caused him to only play 36 minutes in the game against Southampton, which was a game I had high hopes for some goals from him in. And Newcastle did manage to score 3, so it's very disappointing that he did come off when he did. But also now with that injury, it also brings up other questions and doubts I had about the fact that I transferred out Bamford, which is a regret of mine. And potentially we do want him back. We'll see what he does against Palace. My mind might change. But if also Wilson is free come next game week, he does have Chelsea, Manchester United and Wolverhampton in the next 3. And I'm not sure that is much better than the likes of Bamford, who does have a double game week coming. So before we look at my team lineup for double game week 24, here is a quick word from partners of the channel, Fantasy Football Hub. All the data on FPL Today is taken from the Fantasy Football Hub, with tools such as player comparison to choose the best players out of 2 options, Opta-Stats tables to see who could be hitting form soon and who will be amongst the goals, and a fixture ticker so you know who has not just the form but also the fixtures to match, and so much more, like articles and coverage of other fantasy football games. Ask yourself why you haven't joined the Fantasy Football Hub. It's just £2 a month to unlock your FPL potential. So guys, if you want to support the channel in any way and also get access to stats, articles and fixture tickers, please do check out top link in the description, Fantasy Football Hub, and hopefully it will help you out with your FPL rank. So we move on to game week 24 and we start off with, as always, the goalkeepers and the defenders. At the moment, Martinez is still in goal for me, but I'm aware that a lot of people have changed to Nick Pope because of his double game week. However, I'm probably not going to change my goalkeeper unless I use my wildcard, which is still in my back pocket, purely because I don't want to use a transfer on a goalkeeper that could concede in both games and potentially not get that many points. However, I can understand the logic behind it, but I'm perfectly happy with Martinez and the away fixture of Brighton Hove Albion. We then got a back 4 consisting of the 2 Man City boys, who of course have the double game week, Tottenham Hotspurs at home and Everton away. Now, neither of those is particularly an easy fixture, but the way Man City have been playing, a clean sheet is very likely. Apart from the Salah penalty and some decent chances in the first half in the Liverpool game, Man City's defence still looked very solid. To be honest, it was a mistake that got Liverpool their goal, so I'm still hopeful for more clean sheets from Man City. We also have Shaw with West Bromwich Albion away, definitely hopeful of some points in this one from him with his attacking potential, as well as the fact that he is playing West Brom. And then we have Cresswell with Sheffield United at home, hopefully some more deliveries from Cresswell. We'll find someone in the box, potentially Souček if his red card does get overturned when West Ham appeal. In midfield, we have a midfield 4 of Gundogan with Tottenham Hotspurs and Everton as well, just like the Man City defenders. Then we have Bruno Fernandes with West Bromwich Albion away, just like Luke Shaw, and potentially he is the captaincy choice for this game week if I don't bring in a player specifically for the double to captain. We also have Grealish with Brighton Hove Albion at home, just like Martinez. Grealish is a player at risk, but probably not as much as Callum Wilson, like I spoke about earlier in the video. And then we have Mohamed Salah with Leicester away, another player at risk purely because Liverpool really don't look that impressive, but maybe he gets one more game and I watch that to see what he can do. And then up front we have Antonio with Sheffield United at home like Cresswell, and Calvert-Lewin with a nice looking double game week that includes Fulham. Yes, Man City isn't fantastic, but any double game week with Fulham in there, and the fact that he's just scored against Manchester United, we have high hopes for some points from Dominic Calvert-Lewin in this one. On the bench, we have Robertson with Leicester away. He is first on the bench. Just don't see clean sheets for Liverpool at the moment. And Guisa has a double game week of Everton and Burnley, both away. Unlikely that he's going to make the starting 11 though, but it'd be nice if he did come in with 2 fixtures, I guess. And then Wilson, who does have that injury concern with Chelsea away. Now, what I'm likely to do is maybe use one transfer to bring in another double game week player, as I already have 4 Anguissa counts as 5, I guess. But to be honest, I'm probably not going to go all out on this game week. I do have the wild card. If I hear any news about potentially game week 25 being a bigger double game week than it already is, then the wild card could come into play. Unfortunately, with the way the league is set up at the moment and with all the scheduling issues, I'm not sure I'll get advance notice of a significant double game week, which is going to be of detriment to me because I'd like to play the wild card before the double game week, which again leads towards the point that I think I should have played my wild card when I played my free hit in game week 18. So unfortunately, I don't think I'll get a chance this season, but we'll see, to really utilise my wild card and bench boost the way I'd have liked to. But it is possible the wild card gets played this week, depending on what I hear. And finally, we move on to game week 23, ones to watch. Now, usually this is the potential transfers, and potential transfers will be in another video this week, where we'll go over who I think we should be looking at to bring it in to our FPL sides. But at the end of the team selection video, we're going to look at ones to watch, the players that did significantly well, underlying stats-wise, performance-wise, or points-wise in game week 23. Now, to be honest, it won't always be focused on points because, of course, that is obvious to you guys. You just have to look at the FPL website to see who got the most points. But potentially there could be some players that are performing well enough that big points hauls could come in the near future. And the first player we are going to look at is Harry Kane, who is now back from injury. Yes, he did get a goal, but I wouldn't say he got a massive point haul in game week 23. But we did see the 11 million player, who does have Man City next, get the 1 goal from 5 shots, 2 of which were on target, 5 from inside the box, and 2 big chances. His expected goals was at 0.82, with 2 key passes to add to that. And of course, we know that Spurs, Kane and Son all play better when Kane and Son are both fit. So now that Kane is back in the picture, Son and Kane definitely become viable options once again. We then have Danny Ings also making the list, with Wolves at home in the next fixture, priced at 8.4 million. Now, he didn't get on the scoreboard in game week 23, but he did manage 4 shots on goal, 2 of which were on target, all 4 from inside the box, with 2 big chances. His expected goals was actually higher than Harry Kane's at 0.96, and he had 1 key pass to his name. Unfortunately, he didn't put any of his chances away, and there was some suspect decisions in some of his play, but overall he looked like he could start to hit the back of the net soon. We then have a double game week player, and I'm not necessarily suggesting this is the best idea, but he did have a good look in game week 23. Plus at 5 million, we're talking about Lookman, who has Everton away and Burnley away. Now, he's managed 5 shots on goal in game week 23, 2 from inside the box, however, none on target and no big chances, which is a big caveat there. However, it's his chance creation that looks more impressive, with 3 key passes, 2 of which were big chances created, and expected assists at 0.93, which was the highest before the Man City game for this game week. And then finally, we have Marcus Rashford with West Bromwich Albion away at 9.6 million. He managed to get an assist in the game just gone against Everton, and that came from 2 shots on goal, 1 of which was on target, both from inside the box, and both were big chances, and expected goals at 0.77, just below that of Harry Kane's. He also got 2 key passes, 1 big chance created, which resulted in the assist, and got expected assists of 0.53. And to be honest, that Manchester United side look like they can score goals, even if not necessarily all the time. They look like they're going to keep that performance up consistently. And guys, that is it for this video. So if you have enjoyed it, you know what to do. Please hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for FPL, as well as checking out top link in the description for Fantasy Football Hub, who are of course partnered with this channel. It does help me out massively if you do want to get stuff like that anywhere and you get it from using that link. It does give me a little bit of support. So thank you for anyone that's already done that, and I appreciate you if you decide to do that after hearing me say this. Hopefully later on in the week we will be getting some more content out for you guys, including potential transfers, now that finally the Champions League is back and I actually have a bit of a break between game weeks, which is nice and appreciated for me to be able to make you guys some content. With all that being said, I've been JNO, this has been FPL Today, and remember, it's all about the game.